best time to take advantage of giveaway ticket prices on their unsold seats. We're not allowed to publish these low fares online. The only way to get these rock bottom giveaway prices is to call. So phone low-cost airlines now for airline.
Broadcasting live from Houston, from the space city to the world. You are watching NowMedia Television.
Hey, welcome to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business host and guide, Michael Rager, and I'm excited about the show today. We're going to hit one of our big topics for business owners, is burnout. We've got to understand what burnout is, how it affects us, and how actually inspiration will help us avoid it. So this is the thing you got to look at today. Burnout can kill your business and it can kill your relationships. So as a business owner, you need to go ahead and make sure you're taking care of yourself so you can take care of your team, so you can take care of your business, which will take care of your family. This is Michael Rager, your business guide here on Biz Talk TV. We'll be back with more right after this.
These are the top 3 questions I get from people about investing in real estate. How much money do I need to get to the next level? How do I find good properties to invest in? Can I even make money in this business when interest rates are so high? I answer these questions and many more in my online course, SFR University, where I show you the strategy that I used to build a multi-million-dollar real estate business in 4 years from scratch. Whether you're just starting out or someone who's looking to scale, this course will have something for you. Join us at sfruniversity.com. See you in the course.
Hey, Lily says AT&T is giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
Todos quieren boletos de avión baratos, pero ¿dónde los encuentras? Llamando a Vuelos y Más. Sus precios vienen directamente de las aerolíneas y son tan bajos que no los vas a encontrar publicados en ningún otro sitio. Nos especializamos en garantizarles los boletos de avión más baratos, con descuentos en habitaciones de hotel, alquiler de carros y grandes ofertas en paquetes para cualquier lugar del mundo. No importa su destino, podemos ayudarle.
Gracias, Vuelos y Más.
¿Qué espera? ¡Llame ya!
Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business host and guide, Michael Rager. And this time, we got her in. We got a new favorite friend, Julie. Julie, how are you today?
I'm doing good. I found my way back again.
Yeah, we got you in after that interesting filming stuff last weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was great. So, all right, we're going to talk a little bit today about burnout. Why is burnout important to you? Like, what is it? What's happened in your business that's caused you to feel burnout, and how did you overcome it?
You know, it's interesting that we think about how do we go from starting something and then we get to that place. So from you starting, most people with their new positions, they're like, oh, I'm excited. And then all of a sudden, why is there burnout? To me, that has a lot to do with leadership that we talk about, the atmosphere that you create. Do you care about them? Do you have these one-on-one conversations like, what is the burnout? So I think like just caring about how people burn out is something that I'm always looking out for.
Yeah, I see it with some of my clients right now. Is they're stressed. Business is going really good. Business is going really good. That means that I've got a lot of work. So I've got a lot of work. That means I got to do it. And I think sometimes as business owners, we get in our head that we've got to accomplish everything right now. And if we don't, people are going to be mad at us. How do you overcome that?
That is definitely the prioritizing part, right? I think you were waiting for me to like say prioritize, because like everything seems like it's last minute, urgent. But if you really think about it, take a step back. Is this going to change for the next 5 minutes? Is this going to change for the next 5 hours? And then you prioritize from there. And I think that part, I've just preached so much, trained my team so much. We don't get this like, oh my gosh, type of, like, what am I going to do next? So it's a lot more, you're at ease and you're providing results. Right?
Yeah. Well, I think it's important. Like Stephen Covey, when he went through time management, talked about important and urgent, and not important, urgent, but urgent and not important. And my partner Chris, he was doing a training the other day, what he calls yellow time. And yellow time is this time where we really have to focus on growing our business. But I've seen so many times with business owners, I'm afraid if I don't develop, get this project out this fast, people are not going to come back to me. There's this really weird sense of insecurity that if you don't do it super fast, the best, no mistakes, they're going to lose you. You've been on you've been on boards, you've been CEO of companies before. I bet you guys have made mistakes.
Oh, no, we don't. I'm just kidding. What are mistakes? So I'm going to give you a quick example. We have this major project. It's like one of the deals of our lives, and we're supposed to be doing this within a year. We're 2.5 years in. In manufacturing world, you have delays, but I say it like the accountability is who, what, when. Who's doing it? What are you doing? And when it's going to be done? And unfortunately, not everyone is going to follow the when. But this is where the leadership comes in and like, come on, like this is so many mistakes. Let's just efficient and effective.
We've got to do that. But we here's the thing: is you're a year past deadline. Client hasn't fired you. They haven't moved on. Yeah, there's probably some stress here and there, but life goes on. I mean, these little things happen. They haven't totally destroyed your business and gone to this place. So I think we got to look as business owners. Burnout is we've got to take time to go recharge ourselves as human beings, let alone just just CEOs or business owners. Those are the things we got to look at. So how do you do that? You're married, you have kids. How do you step back from the business and recharge yourself so you don't burn out and go in nuts every day?
Do not disturb. I'm just kidding. Like that does help though. So setting boundaries, I think it is super important. I totally understand that a lot of the times it is urgent. And my team knows if it's that urgent, don't text me, don't email me, call me, right? But other than that, how did I start balancing this? I mean, I've been in the workforce since I was like 18, and that's like 2 decades. So how do I just like really make myself not overwhelmed? And I think it comes from personal experiences, and then understanding what your team is going through, and then help them go through it like how I gone through it.
Yeah, well, one of the things, one of the greatest leaders that I was a part of, this guy named John Addison, he used to say, people call him with emergencies because a lot of times people think emergencies they see it as an emergency.
Right.
And what he used to say, he said, based on the emergency situation we have right now, how many people are dead? If nobody was dead, we're okay. And we're going to step back, we're going to take back, we're going to do this. And we need to come through that. And we need to quit putting ourselves on that edge. I mean, I think if we live ourselves and we live our business on that edge, it just eats at us and we can't recharge. Is that how you see it?
Like self-care and truly, like when I was saying set boundaries, truly just take some time for you. One of the things I tell my team all the time as a CEO or as a leader in an organization, I need think tank time. If you don't think, you're just doing, then how are you coming up with better strategy at all? Because one strategy may not work. You got to re-strategize and then re-execute. So I need my time to think of the entire business, right? Not just, this is a problem, this is a problem. Then you're going to be like, there's so many problems. I can't fix any of this. But if we do focus one thing at a time and bring in the right people, I think is huge because I am not like the tooling expert with our molds. I am not an engineer, you know what I mean? And I can't really lie my way through either. We have AI now. So I bring in the right people so they can help me get this done.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I see with business owners is when it comes to that, they're on that stretch of burnout. They're so worried about these things, and they haven't stepped back from. They haven't just stepped back from the business. You know, we took a whole bunch of people a couple weeks ago fishing, and we got out, and we relaxed, and we talked business, but it was really about relaxing, building relationships, getting out there, and understanding what we need to do. And one of the things I tell my business owners is you gotta talk about the good. If you just focus on the bad, you'll burn out so fast. How do you? We got about a minute and a half left. How do you help your team focus on the good?
We focus on the good with communication.
Okay.
So even if it's bad, we talk about, I don't know if you heard of the build, break, build, you know, like you talk about the good, okay, let's talk about the bad. Right. And then we come back with the good. Yeah. So the morale is there.
Yeah, we do that with I always lead my coaching sessions with what's been good. What's good happened since the last time we saw each other. And one of my guys was there, and he goes, I never understood you did this. He said, because I came in, there's just problems and problems and problems. Yeah. But then when I told you what was good, he goes, I realized there was a lot of really good stuff that happened, and I'm focusing so much on this bad stuff. Yeah. So if people want to get to you, we got a minute now. You've got some charity, you got some stuff going on. How do people find out about that so they can help and assist and go from there?
Yeah, so all of my social media handles is Julie H. Yim, and you can find me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and all that. And I'm always like checking the DMs if there's anyone that wants to contact me.
Yeah, you better do that. Go watch some of her stuff. It's kind of funny. Her husband is pretty good at doing this stuff, and they do some pretty funny stuff on there. So if you go there, we're showing there's pictures of me and you on there in the show. Yeah. So Julie, I appreciate when you come in, because it really is. I want this show to be the point to realize that business isn't all sunshine and roses, and it's not all awful either. Right. But we've got to go ahead. We got to take care of ourselves. We got to prevent burnout. We got to do what we got to do, and we just got to take care of ourselves. Because if we take care of ourselves, we can take care of the company. So thanks a lot for being here, Julie.
Thank you.
All right, this is Michael Rager, your business guide here on NowMedia Television and Biz Talk TV. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hey, Lily says AT&T's giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
Taking a trip in the next 12 months? Airlines are under tremendous pressure, and they're practically giving away their unsold seats. Like every crisis, this one will end too. But right now is the best time to take advantage of giveaway ticket prices on their unsold seats. We're not allowed to publish these low fares online. The only way to get these rock-bottom giveaway prices is to call. So phone low-cost airlines now for airline ticket prices you may never see again.
Hey, are you a small business owner that's struggling to double or triple your revenue and profits? My name is Michael Rager. I'm your business guide with Teach Your Business to Fish. Our success operating system will help you double or triple your profits every 2 to 3 years while actually maintaining some semblance of a home life. Call us at 713-201-5559 and we'll help you become a real success. Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business host and guide, Michael Rager, and it's time. We're going to talk a little tech. We got Maurice Hamilton. Maurice, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Michael?
Ah, man, awesome. I just had a birthday weekend, so I'm trying to recover still. It's like Wednesday. I just like 4 days of fun. So Speaking of 4 days of fun, everybody that's gone to Vegas recently, they got to worry about something, huh? What happened out there?
Oh, absolutely. So they had a big breach out there. We had a big breach with Caesars. And also with MGM, it was really bad where the people tried to change their reservations or even make reservations, or some people couldn't even get into the rooms at MGM, and they just resolved that problem yesterday.
So how does, as a business owner, how do we stop that? I mean, we talked about that a little bit last time with passwords. What's the number one thing that we have to do to make sure stuff like that doesn't get in and we don't get breached?
Great question, Michael. So here's what happened with that one. I'll tell you how we can probably try to avoid it ourselves. what the guys did and how they got breached was something called phishing. I don't know if our audience is familiar with that. You've heard of phishing, where people give you fictitious emails and you click on it and you download a link that's actually malicious. But with phishing, people actually call and actually ask for certain information. As in this case, they actually went to LinkedIn, got the names of the employees and the divisions that they were working with, called the technical supports at both Caesars and at MGM, and acted like those individuals, and they asked for them to change the passwords. When they changed the passwords, the hackers were able to get into it and actually try to get to the administrative policies and made some changes there. So they went through the back door. So all that being said, for us as regular consumers, we're not as big as MGM or Caesars. We have to be really cognizant of who we actually give personal key information to, because you could be a victim of a phishing attack as well as a phishing attack.
Wow, that's kind of really interesting. And so was this IT people that gave away the information?
Yeah, they didn't know. So the support departments at both of those companies thought that, hey, this is Maurice. We looked at it. The guy's actually listed as an employee of the organization, and he's from the right division. Oh, sure, I'll change your password. And that's what they did. So they didn't know. It was like an internal attack, you know?
Wow. So this is where that two-step verification and all that fun stuff that we really think is kind of a annoyance that we actually have to start doing. So how could they have prevented that?
Well, in this particular case, what you want to do is actually make sure you do your vulnerability assessments. You have to be able to do vulnerability assessments. We recommend when you get that large of an organization, do it every day. You should have security analysts on your staff, and that's all they do. Their job is to go back out there, make sure there are no open ports, making sure that if you see somebody's changing their password so often, have a policy in place that you'll email that person and say, hey, we noticed that you changed your password. If this is not you, report it immediately. You know, those kind of basic type steps that actually could have prevented this.
Wow. You know, I see it. I'll tell you a story that happened last week, man. I had a friend of mine that started communicating with me on Instagram, right? And no, it was actually Messenger. She started connecting with me on Messenger. She started asking me some questions. So obviously the questions she was asking, I obviously knew it wasn't her. And so I kind of played along a little bit, and I kind of really goofed around with this person. And then finally I sent them a voice message saying, hey, I know this isn't you, yada, yada, yada. And then obviously they responded with the voice message that was obviously of African send it back to it. So it's like, but it was that. So, I mean, right now I see it, and tell me, like, we're getting attacked everywhere. I mean, I've seen it on phones, computers. I mean, it's just more and more and more. And as a small business owner, this can really wreak havoc on us. So if we don't have an IT staff, how do we go protect ourselves? I mean, besides the passwords, besides this, what do we really have to do, Maurice?
Well, one of the things we always recommend people, when you actually have a really, really good firewall in place, and if you actually have a good antivirus software package, one of those antivirus software packages that provides updates and it go back out there and let you know, say, hey, you know what, we need you to update your password, your antivirus software, because they're continuously putting patches into your system. So you want to have a really good antivirus software package, really good passwords that you're using. And the main thing is really because a lot of these errors, the reason that actually happened with Caesars and MGM was because of human error. We have to be very, very careful as to what links do we click on. If you don't believe it, it looks really odd, don't click on it. Don't open it up. Those kind of attacks are so easy for these cyber attackers to get into your systems to do that. Don't do it. Just stay away from them.
Yeah, I think you gave us some great information last time you here, because like I use a system. I think I use Carbonite, so it's always backing me up. But then you mentioned last time having that external hard drive and downloading important stuff. Either I do it like weekly. I don't write enough stuff that if I miss stuff that I can go back and fix it and find it. But how often should we be backing up data so if we ever do get hacked and get put into a bad situation that we're protected?
At worst case scenario, depending on the size of your business, worst case scenario, back up once a week. Okay. If you back up once a week, with your data for it, that at least give you protection, saying, hey, you know what? I know I have my data backed up for it, and I may possibly worst case scenario lose 1 week of work. But you definitely want to back up once a week. I recommend people back up every day and just actually set it up into your system so it does it at nighttime, so you're not even aware that it's going on with it. I highly recommend back up every day, back up once a week, and then back it up once a month to do all the different changes. One big master backup copy, and make sure you have 2 copies wherever you back up your data to.
But I'm lazy, Maurice. I sit there at my computer and I see my external hard drives. I got 3 external hard drives, right? And one I put a whole bunch of videos on, everything, and the other one I back up. And I see it there, and I keep saying, I'm going to do it later. Right. And I've got the automated stuff. Will that automated stuff with a company like I just mentioned, will that protect me? And will it help me fast, or do I still have to go, with the other stuff?
It will help you a lot. It does make a big difference for you. And that's probably, you're doing probably 90% of what we recommend that you do anyway, but that automation does make a difference. And I always, just leave, if you have your computers and some people shut their computers down, some people don't. But if you know that you're going to back up every Tuesday night, put a reminder to your Outlook and say, hey, look, make sure you let your leave your system on, and let it back up like at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the evening. So you know that that's going to be your backup day. Or some people like to do it on Fridays, whatever day that you select, but just make it a habit and just make yourself a note. So that way it's very critical that you understand to back that information up, set reminders, and just do it. You just gotta have to keep doing it to modify your behavior to make it a habit.
Yeah, I get it. So Maurice, we got about a minute left. So if people want to get a hold of you and talk to you about protecting their companies, how do they do it?
Well, they can email me directly at mhamilton@infinivate.com, or they can actually go to our website and we have an info@infinivate.com. Send an email there. Myself or one of our other people, our sales reps, will be able to get back to you. But they can email me directly. I'll be more than happy to help them with the basic information.
Man, that's awesome. This is some really great stuff. I can't wait to get some more information from you next time. But you know what I want to hear from you next time? You're a business owner just like me. I want to understand some of the challenges that you went through growing this company to what you've grown right now, because you've got a great company right now, and it's not easy, is it?
No, it's not. And I'll tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly.
All right, man. I'm looking forward to it. So we're going to see you next time. I'm going to connect you up with that person I told you to. Me and you are going to connect, and we're going to talk in the next couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to it, man. This is Michael Rager here on NowMedia Television, Biz Talk TV. Be back right after this.
My name is Andrew Glisson. Over the past 4 years, I've built a portfolio of over 200 single-family rental properties that generate over $200,000 a month in income. I've put together a 6-step formula to help you consistently acquire rental properties that cash flow $250,000 or more a month and have $30,000 or more of equity built into them. This includes starting right, becoming bankable, buying right, renovating right, exit strategies, property management, and many more modules. Best of all, if you're not totally blown away by the content, we offer a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. If you're ready to build generational wealth for you and your family, look me up at sfruniversity.com.
Hey, Lily says AT&T's giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business host and guide, Michael Rager, and we got our good friend from up there in Wisconsin, Nicole Isler. Nicole, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Michael. How are you? Great to be back.
I'm betting the weather's a lot more comfortable up there than where it is down here. Are you starting to see fall yet?
Oh, we're starting to see fall, but I love the hot weather. So it is nice to see the colors, though. The colors are starting to pop, so we're getting there.
Well, yeah. I'm just glad it's not 100 degrees every day now. We're only in the 90s, so it's way better. So,
So sad. I want 100. I know. I'm just one of those. I
right.
love pumpkin spice, but I
about
love my hot weather.
I want to talk about inspiration. You know, that's one of the things you read. When we're trying to become inspired, you say it's a game changer for achieving goals. How do we find our inner inspiration? What are some steps we can take?
You know, inspiration, I know everybody talks about growth mindset. I'm all about it. But I really think that, especially in business, is just sort of a no-brainer. It's an innate thing. We are, as spiritual beings, in a state of expansion. We are taught things that limit us. So where we have obstacles, where we're challenged, maybe don't have strengths. When I am working with a client, they don't come to me and say, well, they might want growth, but it's usually because they feel stuck. So we can have a growth mindset, have our goals set and look at those things, but getting into an inspired state is something, that's where the magic happens. So having a client really think about, like, let's do a little demo. Think about your to-do list that you have, the things that are required for you to grow, or the things you want to accomplish or get done. That can feel kind of like, oh, okay, and I'm all about organized, to-do lists, getting more done, being productive. But when I take a client from knowing what they need to get done, what they want to achieve, into a state of inspiration and things you can do to get there, you can think about why you're doing what you're doing. You can think about the person and or the audience you want to impact. Who is it that you want to inspire? I find when I'm in an inspired state, it's because I'm watching people or I'm connecting with my clients on the other side, watching them come back to life, watching their eyes light up, having a breakthrough. So doing simple things. I'm all about movement. Get up, away from your desk, and move your body. If you move your body, you're going to move your mind. If I have notes, I have reminders that pop up on my phone, things that really help me connect to, why am I doing what I'm doing? Of course I want to be productive. Of course I want growth. But what is on the other end of that? Where is that connection to the inspiration and the impact that I want to make?
So we were talking before we went on camera a little bit. I told you I started doing this 100-day thing. And like my inspiration is I get up and I go, push in there like the Pillsbury Doughboy. So how do we get something different than that that's more, that's really going to get our mind going? Is it more when we think about others, when we think about ourselves? How do we get in and maintain that inspired state? Because there's days that we get up and I'm not inspired to do anything.
Exactly. Which is, does that mean you don't want to grow? No. Does that mean you don't have a growth mindset? No. But we all have days like that. And I really always love to really highlight or magnify that is normal. It is normal to wake up some days and feel that way. It is normal for your mind to revert back to old patterns, to even have negative thoughts. Even negative thoughts are normal. What we don't want to do is engage with that and think, oh yeah, wow, I have so much work to do today. We want to actually take charge of our mind. So it's really personal. What inspires you versus what inspires someone else? I love focusing on helping my clients, seeing their goals just booming off the charts and watching them come to life. But there are also times where I think about my kids, I think about the world, and then there are times where I just ask myself, what is most important for me today? Like, what is most meaningful for me? And what is it that I want to be feeling today? What would make me feel that way? It's a series of really important and meaningful questions to move you from, I don't feel like doing this today, or I'm not really feeling so inspired. The mind is so amazing, it will go where you direct it, but you have to take charge. If we just let our thoughts go rogue, we tend to snowball and, roll right down the hill into feeling more tired, more out of that inspired state. So just asking yourself a question like, what am I feeling? First, get to where you're feeling at. I'm not feeling that inspired today. What do I want to be feeling? I want to feel lit up. I want to feel excited. Okay, what would make me feel that way?
Yeah.
Well, we were talking with Mary today. I'm excited to talk to her. It's just really a series, and the answers are going to come from you, and they're very personal. and they're very real and intuitive, and that is when you are more easily able to access that inspired state.
Well, we were talking earlier with Julie, and she was talking about burnout. So being inspired, will that help us minimize or eliminate burnout?
Oh, goodness, yes. I mean, look, I'm all about hard work. I love, all my clients are very ambitious. I'm ambitious, love achieving. I love all of that and how it feels. But we are more than to-do lists and checklists, right? We're more than crossing off things. So when we're just in a pushing state, listen, you can have a growth mindset, but be in a pushing energy state. And that is, pushing creates pressure, pressure creates pain, pain creates burnout, and it can put your mind in that overwhelm, always jumping ahead to everything you have to get done. So when we're in an inspired state, you're not burned out, you're inspired. That's it. You can be in a growth state and be in a lot of pressure. You can be in a growth state and have a lot of stress. When you're inspired, you're inspired. That's it. You're in a state of expansion. It feels easier to say yes. You're actually also changing your physiology. You're slowing your heart rate. You're taking deeper breaths. When we're stressed, we tend to hold our breath. We're not getting the oxygen. You're closing your mind down. The other thing with being inspired, you are more open to get those downloads, to actually create these solutions or a new opportunity, a new idea. You may make, this is awesome too, when my clients are out in the world or I'm out in the world and I'm in an inspired state, it's not just at our desk when we're working. People will approach you. You meet new people because you look approachable. Nobody looks approachable when they're stressed, right? So burnout, absolutely. And it's also about knowing your signs. There are signs we all have that will be the telltale, if you will, like, ooh, it's time for me, to take a little walk break, or it's time to take a little, I call it mental margarita, right? So I have a mental margarita right now. I need to kick it up a notch, right?
All right.
So
I can get around mental margaritas. So we got about a minute here. So how do people find you, and if they want to talk to you and figure out how to get inspired and stay inspired, how do they get a hold of you?
Well, first of all, that's my favorite thing to help people with. Staying inspired is absolutely where the magic is, and we need more inspiring leaders in our world today. The best place right now to find me, you can go to Facebook, Energize You with Nicole. I love sharing things to light up your day, to help you do something that you can implement immediately that's going to help you shift your state. That is the best thing that you can do. How can I shift my state to a better feeling place? Because that's where your magic happens. That's when you create the results you want without the stress, the pressure, the overwhelm. Let's not do it that way anymore, okay? Let's not do it that way. That's the best place to find me. I look forward to connecting.
Oh, awesome. Thanks a lot, Nicole. This is Michael Rager, your business guide here on NowMedia Television. Be back with us in just a minute. We're going to have some more inspiring stuff, just like Nicole gave us.
My name is Andrew Glisson. Over the past 4 years, I've built a portfolio of over 200 single-family rental properties that generate over $200,000 a month in income. I've put together a 6-step formula to help you consistently acquire rental properties that cash flow $250,000 or more a month and have $30,000 or more of equity built into them. This includes starting right, becoming bankable, buying right, renovating right, exit strategies, property management, and many more modules. Best of all, if you're not totally blown away by the content, we offer a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. If you're ready to build generational wealth for you and your family, look me up at sfruniversity.com.
Hey, Lily says AT&T is giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business host and guide, Michael Rager, and we've got a new guest, Nora. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you, Michael?
I am great, man. It's so great to meet you. So you help businesses work on their financials, correct?
Yes, I do.
So what are some of the most important things that business owners, I'm a business coach, and I look at, gross profit. I think that's one of the main things that I look at my businesses with. If we can go ahead and grow gross profit, what are some things that business owners should be looking at and focusing on monthly so they can see that their business is actually moving in the right direction?
So the main thing is, like you said, like the gross profit. If they are working with an accountant, they should actually determine like what is going to move the needle in their business and keep an eye on that. But to keep it simple for people, if they still do not have an accountant who help them more than a bookkeeping, then they should look at their sales. They should look at their expenses, keeping an eye on those, and make sure they are profiting. And they have actually a profit margin. So they have to be able to calculate their profit margin. So that basically is just like their gross profit, like whatever the profit they're making, divide that by their revenue, and that should be their gross profit. They should have that align with other businesses in their area and their industry. They should make sure they're profiting. So this is the basic thing they have to be looking at. And of course, in order to do that, they have to have a good bookkeeping. Otherwise, they won't have an accurate number. So accurate data in, accurate data out, of course. So this is the main thing. They should really focus on their revenue, their sales. This is the main target. If this is good and they're controlling their expenses, then they should be fine.
Yeah, they should be. And we see it all the time that business owners don't really know the difference between gross profit and net profit. And, they don't realize that most small businesses only net profit 10%. They really struggle. They think they make a lot more money than they do. How do we help business owners really get into reality and really get in, check what they're really making?
Mm-hmm. So main thing I say to people, like, bookkeeping is not actually luxury. It's a compliance work. So you have to do it. You have to budget for that. You have to use a professional in order to actually know what you're making. Because, yeah, I know a lot of people mistakenly thinking like any sale they make, this is the money. But they forget about expenses they have. They forget about, if they're selling product, they forget about like, okay, how much did you pay for that product? And if they have service, like they forget, like, okay, what software did you use? Did you hire someone to do it? How much did you have to pay to keep your lights on? Even if you're working from home, you still acquire some expenses. So they forget about these stuff, and they think if they make $100 in sales, that's their profit, and it's not. Actually, they have to make sure they deduct everything that they expense, and this is where where the importance of bookkeeping comes from. You have to do your bookkeeping and make sure you monitor that. And also, when they report their taxes, when they're paying like estimated taxes or state taxes, sometimes they pay on their revenue, their entire revenue, and this is incorrect as well. They have to really do the bookkeeping in order to do everything correctly. This is the only time you can know, okay, how much exactly you spent. I've been working with a lot of people. When they first come, they say, oh, okay, I have everything recorded in my bank statement. I can go back and see how much I spent. It's like, no. Your bank statement is not your bookkeeping. How many times you go back into your bank statement and see, what was this charge for? I don't remember. It's not bookkeeping. It's not a bookkeeping system. It's a good thing, like they have everything for you, so you can transfer that to your software and don't miss anything. But this is not bookkeeping. You have to do your bookkeeping. You have to generate good financial statements in order to see the revenue. Then you see like how much did it cost you in order to make that revenue, deduct that, and then from there you get your profits.
Right. So one of the things we got to look at is, small business owners, we really got to look at cash flow. And cash flow is really important because it helps us make decisions. How does, the bookkeeping side of the business help us predict future cash flow? And so we can say, hey, I've got to hire a new employee, or I need to buy some new machinery. How can my relationship with my bookkeeper help me, make those decisions?
So this is actually where you have to do like an entire separate report for cash flow. And with cash flow, I like to monitor that daily because you never know like what happens every day, something new. Like to start with, I would start with a budget. You have a budget, you monitor everything with the budget, you monitor your expenses, you monitor your income, and then you check that daily. The minimum you have to check that is on a weekly basis to check out like how well you did for last week, and then how are you gonna handle next week. And in order to know like if you can hire an employee or if you can make an investment for anything in your business, you really have to plan long term. See how much sales are you expecting, how much in reserve do you have, and you really have to budget ahead of time. You have to have at least 3 to 6 months to cover that expense before you really start with it. And if we're talking about hiring an employee, you want to make sure that you actually have all the expenses. You're going to have payroll expenses. You're going to have sometimes to do BTO. It depends on what industry you are in, and if it's an employee or independent contractor, of course. But you need to make sure to capture all the costs that you have to put down, because a lot of people thinking, okay, if I'm paying that person $1,000, that's it. But it's not that.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
It's more than that.
Yeah, when you start going there, my favorite is people are like, oh, I'm just going to 1099, I'm going to do this, and we got to come up with all those things. So we've only got about 2 minutes left. These go fast. Your first time here, it goes fast. So if people want to get together with you and talk to you about their bookkeeping, how do they get a hold of you?
So they usually book a call with me at nourasbooks.com. That's my website. And they go to contact us, and from contact us, this is my calendar, and they can book a call with me there.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. And I like on your website, you're talking about a CFO. I get it all the time when I ask my business owners, where do you take your financial information from? And they say a CPA. And I go, man, they're looking behind. CFO is looking forward. You've got to know the difference between the two, and you can get in a lot of trouble if you don't have the right people looking for you. So I love that you're going out there and you're helping people with that, Nora. So I'm really looking forward to get to know you more, to bring in some more tips and things and tricks for people to make sure that we pay the minimum amount of tax, take home the most amount of money, and help business owners have a really healthy and profitable life. So thanks a lot for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, looking forward to next time. This is Michael Rager, your business guide. We're going to be back with more Biz Talk TV here on NowMedia Television right after this.
These are the top 3 questions I get from people about investing in real estate. How much money do I need to get to the next level? How do I find good properties to invest in? Can I even make money in this business when interest rates are so high? I answer these questions and many more in my online course, SFR University, where I show you the strategy that I used to build a multi-million-dollar real estate business in 4 years from scratch. Whether you're just starting out or someone who's looking to scale, this course will have something for you. Join us at sfruniversity.com. See you in the course.
Hey, Lily says AT&T is giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
Todos quieren boletos de avión baratos, pero ¿dónde los encuentras? Llamando a Vuelos y Más. Sus precios vienen directamente de las aerolíneas y son tan bajos que no los vas a encontrar publicados en ningún otro sitio. Nos especializamos en garantizarles los boletos de avión más baratos, con descuentos en habitaciones de hotel, alquiler de carros y grandes ofertas en paquetes para cualquier lugar del mundo. No importa su destino, podemos ayudarle.
Gracias, Vuelos y Más.
¿Qué espera? ¡Llame ya!
Hey, welcome back to Biz Talk TV. I'm your business host and guide, Michael Rager, and we got a new guest today, Stacy Dunn. Stacy, how are you today?
Hi, Michael. I'm doing good today. How are you?
I'm doing great. So great to have you on the show. I'm telling you, you're in something that people, all business owners don't deal with. It's logistics. Tell us a little bit about what you do and how you help businesses.
Yes, so we are a third-party logistics business here in Houston, Texas. We handle the last mile delivery of drayage and intermodal. So basically, that's your containers, so importing and exporting, and we handle the last mile for our clients. We also have added value services such as warehousing and distribution, cross-docking, and transloading. For your viewers, just so you know, that's just taking the commodity out of one mode of transportation into the other mode of transportation. So that's basically what we do.
Yeah, so essentially something's come in from somewhere in the world, come into the Port of Houston, it exits the ship, you guys get it, and you move it to whoever needs it, right?
Exactly. We do the last mile delivery for those commodities.
All right, so tell me this. What are some cost-effective strategies business owners can put in place to really help them do this? Because understanding cost of goods sold and how things move, this is an expense in our business. How do we do this cost-effectively?
Yeah, so one of the things that these business owners can implement is the inventory software system. As you know, with the technology right now in the world, we always have to make sure that we have great technology. The other thing is cross-training your employees. Very important, right? We saw that in COVID that, labor was just hard to find. So it's important that you cross-train your employees. So that's one. And then the last one that I'm thinking is just-in-time inventory, right? So handling the supply and demand and offering just-in-time inventory for your clients. So for instance, if someone wants a certain product, it's coming in right on time, you're ordering it, so you're not holding those costs.
So let me answer me this. So what kind of technologies and things as a business owner should we be looking to invest in to make sure this is effective?
Yeah, so they have different warehousing softwares that are out there. There's so many that any business owner can invest in. It all depends on your budget. So as long as you have one of those systems, it's important that you implement that in your business so you can offer, those on-demand information for your clients for their reporting purposes and their forecasting, etc.
So that's like the RFD and the barcode scanners and all that. Is that the kind of things that small business owners need to look at?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So, barcoding has been around for years, right? So when you think about barcoding, you think about the point of sale when you actually purchase a product and you're scanning it, and then the RFID, that's not new. That's been around for quite some time too, but I think a lot of companies now are looking towards that. RFID is not particular to logistics. One of the things that I've found out in my research is that RFID is also used with passports, right? Because they have to track us. RFID is also used into the credit cards. When we go to the store right now and we do tap to pay, that's an RFID software that's also available. The other thing too with RFID, you can tag it to pallets, products, etc. The other thing that RFID has done is in COVID, we've seen a lot more online purchases, and RFID has offered a lot of businesses to offer curbside pickup. So because you're not actually going into the store and scanning that barcode, the RFID system allows the business owner to track their inventory, online purchases and these curbside pickups.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool. So, if I'm a business owner, what inventory metrics should I be tracking to make sure that I'm cost effective?
Yes, so inventory ratio, definitely. How long does the product stays on your shelf from stock to unstock? The other one is order accuracy, right? Are we putting the correct orders out when we get these orders in? And the other one is lead time. Lead time is very important because that's what determines someone to purchase an item. For instance, if you're going on a trip and your trip, is within a week, but you realize that the lead time to purchase this item is 2 weeks, you're probably going to think, no, I'm not going to buy this item. So that's the metric that these business owners have to pay attention to because that determines the sale. And last but not least is the carrying cost, right? So, how much money is having a product on the shelf costing me? So you have storage, you have insurance, and you also have financial costs. So those are some of the things that you want to pay attention to because the carrying cost determines your profitability. So the lower your carrying cost, the better the profitability.
Well, you as a CEO, that's something you gotta actually look at. It's business owners they want to talk about the sexy things. They want to talk about branding and marketing and all this stuff. But the things that you just talked about right now, that's the thing that really affects the bottom line. That's what puts money in your back pocket, right?
Yes, yes, yes. A lot of times business owners have the shiny object syndrome, right? Especially small businesses. They want to make sure that their website looks good, their social media looks good, and all of that. But at the end of the day, these are the items that we need to be paying attention to because, to be honest with you, customers are really not looking, at your social media or anything like that. They're falling in love with the company itself and the customer service and the product that you offer.
Well, yeah, it's true. As I used to, during the pandemic, I used to do a show on something called Clubhouse, and it was called "Branding is BS," but I actually used the words because you just said it. People worry about those things that don't matter, and what matters is my customer service. Do I get things on time? When I call and I have a complaint, do they answer with a smile or do they get mad at me? Those are the things that make the difference in business. Now, looking at that from a CEO's perspective, how has your views on business changed as you moved up the corporate ladder?
So definitely going from individual contributor to CEO, it's definitely allowed me to look at things globally, right? This big picture view versus just looking at things, this is my little lane here and that's all I need to figure out. But looking at things globally, like how do this, my decisions as a CEO affect the entire company and the entire business? So those are the type of things that I start to look at, and following these metrics. Those metrics are important. Those KPIs, those sales goals, etc. Those are the things that we pay attention to, and that's what I have to do as a CEO, to make sure that our business stay profitable, especially in this market.
Yeah, it is, and that's what we need to look at. A lot of times people are like, oh my God, the CEO, why do they get paid so much? There's so many things that you've got to look at. And you're looking forward, you're looking backwards, you're looking to the side, you're left, right, up, down. You're looking everywhere. So if you were to give a startup business one piece of business advice, what would it be?
Cash flow, right? Make sure that you have cash flow. That's the heart of your business. Implement different ways to make money. So when one side of your business is down, the other side of the business may be up. So looking for opportunities outside of your natural, process is important as well because, like I said, when one side of your business is down, the other side may be up for doing something else. So you have to create a business within business at times. So instead of looking at like a one focus mindset, like I said before, it has to be global.
Yeah, I was teaching last night at our White Boys and Whiskey event. I said one of the persons that put a whole bunch of issues with people is Robert Kiyosaki. He went in and said everybody's got to have multiple streams of income. And that doesn't mean that if you got a logistics company, you should sell insurance. It's how do you take your logistics company and bring in more money through that and multiple streams of income through that. I think that's the way you got to look at it, right?
Absolutely. So one of the things in the logistics, like I had spoke about earlier, was these added value services that we added, like the warehousing and distribution, the cross-docking, transloading. It's basically doing the fulfillment for the customer, right? Customer doesn't want to be bothered with, the product and how it gets shipped from one mode to the next. So as a business owner, you have to add those value-added services and, like you said, additional streams of income in your business.
Yeah, we look at it as upselling, cross-selling, downselling, have all those things in there so you can make it happen. So we got to wrap this up here in a second. Stacey, if anybody wants to get a hold of you and find out more about your products and services, how do they do that?
Yes, we are online. Our website is www.blackeagletransportation.com. And you can also reach out to me at sdunn@blackeagletransportation.com as well. And we're on all social media sites such as Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And we're all on there as blackeagletransportation.com.
Well, that's awesome, Stacey. Thanks so much for, really helping us get there and find out a little bit more about, transportation and what it does. Those of us who are in the service business, we don't see it. But the manufacturers and the people out there that really make this country go, they rely on you to help get the things from point A to point B on time, all the time, right?
Yes.
All right, Stacey.
On time, all the time. Thank you.
Well, great, man. I can't wait to see you again. I can't wait to find out more about you. And next time we're going to talk, I want to understand a little bit more about how you became CEO, why you decided to become CEO, and what were some of the big challenges you had in business. So I want you to think about it, and we'll see you next time, okay?
Okay.
All right. This is Michael Razor, your business guide here on Biz Talk TV. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hey, Lily says AT&T's giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
Taking a trip in the next 12 months? Airlines are under tremendous pressure and they're practically giving away their unsold seats. Like every crisis, this one will end too. But right now is the best time to take advantage of giveaway ticket prices on their unsold seats. We're not allowed to publish these low fares online. The only way to get these rock bottom giveaway prices is to call. So phone low-cost airlines now for airline ticket prices you may never see again.
Hey, are you a small business owner that's struggling to double or triple your revenue and profits? My name is Michael Rager. I'm your business guide with Teach Your Business to Fish. Our success operating system will help you double or triple your profits every 2 to 3 years while actually maintaining some semblance of a home life. Call us at 713-201-5559 and we'll help you become a real success. Hey, what a great show today. I'm telling you, we had some great stuff going on. We talked a little bit about burnout today with Julie. We talked about inspiration with Nicole. Stacey, she really helped us look at what's going on in our business, as well as Maurice, talking a little bit about what happened in Vegas last week and how, tech breaches can really take our business down. And we talked about Nora, a little bit to understand about how financials can affect our business. If you really want to avoid burnout, come join us at Whiteboards and Whiskey. First Wednesday of the month here in Houston. Come out and, just have a little drink with us. Let's talk business and unlock the business potential. That's what we're about. So if you're out there in somewhere else watching and you're interested in something like Whiteboards and Whiskey, we're franchising, reach out, www.whiteboardsandwhiskey.com. Hopefully we'll see you then. But come back and visit next week. We're going to have another great show here on NowMedia Television. I'm Michael Rager, your business guide and host. Talk to you then.
This has been a NowMedia Networks feature presentation. All rights reserved.
My name is Andrew Glisson. Over the past 4 years, I've built a portfolio of over 200 single-family rental properties that generate over $200,000 a month in income. I've put together a 6-step formula to help you consistently acquire rental properties that cash flow $250,000 or more a month and have $30,000 or more of equity built into them. This includes starting right, becoming bankable, buying right, renovating right, exit strategies, property management, and many more modules. Best of all, if you're not totally blown away by the content, we offer a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. If you're ready to build generational wealth for you and your family, look me up at sfruniversity.com.
Hey, Lily says AT&T's giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the